and welcome back to another community update vlog. And yes, it is very late, so the light is going to be really weird in here. I am learning that Michigan decides that it is autumn right away. So we went from summer at the beginning of last week to autumn like 2 days ago with pretty much no interlude. It just went from really hot and really sunny and the sun seemed to be setting at like 8 p.m. to boom, suddenly it's autumn and now the sun sets at like 6. So I was trying really hard to come up with a really concise way to make this update vlog because I ramble so much in these update vlogs and I kind of wrote things down. I was trying to plan it out. I overthought it quite a bit and it ended up like being a bit later than I anticipated. And then we had the raccoon, which I must have just showed you guys too because I want to make sure the raccoon goes out before the update vlog because the raccoon was so cool. But anyway, it's very late now, so I apologize for the weird lighting. I guess I need to get used to it being pitch black as soon as like 6 p.m. sets here in Michigan. So I'm definitely going to be investing in more sunlight, so you can be sure about that. But that being said, I wanted to let you guys know that things are doing much better this week. I actually have been talking for like half an hour now, and I realized I rambled way too much and way too seriously about certain things. So I'm going to save some of the deeper rambling, responding to some of your absolutely very amazing, very touching, very, very deeply hitting places I didn't know were going to be hit when I read those comments on the vlog channel. I'm going to start just freeform rambling like I used to on the vlog channel now and then because some people really love listening to the rambling. It helps a lot more people than I ever anticipated it could help. And I personally love listening to people ramble sometimes. I love the people who I have, like my favorite Let's Players. I love listening to their update vlogs. I love listening to what's going on in their life. I love listening to their histories. I love understanding a bit more about them, their perspectives on the world, hearing about the things that they have struggled with and triumphed over, and the things they're currently struggling with, and their hopes and plans to wrestle with whatever it is they're trying to tackle. And I know a lot of you guys sometimes draw a lot of strength that I never anticipate or expect from the things that I say and the way that I behave and the experiences I've been through. And I know that really seems to help a lot of people in ways that I feel super humbled and really undeserving to think that like my mediocre little struggles end up hopefully inspiring you guys to be able to stay strong and be kind to yourself and be kind to others and dig your teeth in and not give up on trying to dig your hands into the dirt and make things better. And that means a lot to me. So I'm going to save all of that like very long rambling that I did and all of those responses to the deeper things in life and the deeper subjects of what I've endured and survived and the deeper questions of what does it mean to be a YouTuber and what does it mean to form your own identity for the vlog channel, because I rambled about that for almost 20 minutes just now and I realized it was just way too silly for an update vlog where I want to talk to you guys about should I like pick between Farm for Your Life or should I pick between Farmville or should I pick between Sims Medieval for next month? So there's a time and place for everything. So we're going to save that deeper rambling stuff for the vlog channel. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. It'll kind of be, I think, if I've been getting a lot of emails lately, basically, from older people in their 20s, around my age, older than me, teenagers who are struggling, who ask me some big questions about how I stay positive, about how I am so confident, how I am so not shy anymore, how I can share my things without getting hurt by the comments. And those are some really huge questions. And I don't feel like I am by any means, any stretch of the imagination, an expert in any of those things. I don't really feel like I am that confident. I feel like I'm confident, but not like 100%. I feel like I am like not shy to the point of like almost hurting myself in my own shyness, pulling in so tight so that like I wouldn't expose any of myself to anyone, that I almost hurt myself by being that like shut in really tight like a little clam that just wouldn't open up. I don't feel like I'm those things anymore, but I'm definitely not an expert. But who knows? I could just say something in my rambling that clicks with somebody and really helps them. So I'm going to be doing rambling over on the vlog channel at some point in the future, and I think that that's actually going to help me refill my emotional cup and my sense of doing good in the world and my sense of trying in my tiny little itty bitty way to do something significant. So I will be doing that on the vlog channel in the future, but don't worry, I will be saving the update vlogs for more goofy talks about what's been going on during the week and what plans I have. That being said, what's gone on during the week? Seri, how's your wrist? It's doing much better. It still hurts a little bit. It really hurts when I type, I'm finding. So I haven't been replying to comments quite as much, and I only was able to write 1 Warrior Cats this week, though it was a doozy. I did not mean to make 30 minutes of roleplay. That was an accident. Apparently Wave Kit, Frog Kit, and their sister Minnow Kit definitely happened to have a lot to say. So that was definitely a case of the characters kind of getting away from me and taking off without me, and then suddenly I had 30 minutes of roleplay scene for that one StarClan speak. So that wasn't the plan, but it felt so good to get a Warrior Cats done again, because I know so many of you guys are going to love it, because it really is something that challenges me on a creative level, and because it's just so awesome to be able to scale the cliff. It is so much work. Warrior Cats episodes are 6 times as much work as any of my other series, and they're so rewarding as a result. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this update vlog too, is that not everything that you do in life has to be easy. And again, I'll talk about this more on the vlog channel, because I've really realized lately that a big part of what I think I've been struggling with is, what does it mean to be a YouTuber? And it feels like I don't really, that label is like, oh, that person's a YouTuber. What am I? A Seri? I don't feel like that's a label that applies to me for some reason, because I don't know what that is. I don't know what a YouTuber is. Is it somebody who makes videos? Is it somebody who pays their rent because they can make videos? Like, where is it? Somebody who just has a passion for making videos? Is it somebody who truly adores to make the content? What the heck is a YouTuber? I don't even know. So that's something I'm going to ramble about over on the vlog channel. But I realized that part of what makes me feel like whatever the heck a YouTuber is, I feel like I'm that, is not only are the size of our community, or like how many, I have 4,000 almost 100 videos. We're like 4,077 videos or something like that in the archives right now. That's a lot. But it's not that. It's more, I love what I do so much, and I can't wait to share more adventures with you guys, and I really love telling stories. And so it was so fun to read so many comments from you guys last week, and I will talk more about that on the vlog channel too, because that's, whew, your guys' comments from last week, emotional doozy for me. I am still inching my way through them, and it's just like such an emotional, good sucker punch that I have to read a few and then like go away to process them and sit and stare at my chipmunks and sip some tea and then read a few more. So thank you so much to everyone who commented last week. It really means so much to know that you guys genuinely, authentically care about me. Because that's kind of what this is. This community is really just the fruits of my imagination and excitement and passion and curiosity, offered up to you guys for whatever they may be for you. And that's really kind of surreal, but I'm beginning to realize that I know I belong here because I love what I do on a level where I'm not looking for it to be easy. I'm looking for it to be right. And Warrior Cats, I feel like, is one of our most successful and one of our most engaging series. And the challenge of having to write the episodes, the challenge of having to deal with whatever the random generators throw at us, the challenge of making Warrior Cats, ironically, makes me feel like I belong here, belong to have my title as a YouTuber, if that makes any sense. And I really love that. I think it means that I feel this is the right spot to be. And that is kind of like my story of when I was helping to feed the tigers at the tiger sanctuary. When you face something where it's not the easiest thing in the world for you to do, and it is challenging on some level, and you have to force yourself to grow and adapt and think in new ways to achieve it, and you are eager to do that, then you know you've found something good. You know you've found something that is an authentic passion that you should definitely take care of. And that's how I feel about what I do. And warrior cats, more than anything else, zoo crafting definitely has a thread of that too. The Sim series actually have a thread of this as well. And Wolf Quest, for the sheer challenge of turning it into the behemoth of almost 300 episodes from a game that only has 3 levels, Wolf Quest in a way also has a thread of this too. The challenge of trying my hardest to continually push myself to grow and try out new things and make this something good, that's how I know I'm supposed to be here. So I do love warrior cats for that. So it was really interesting to realize that when I read all of the comments you guys left last week. So many comments about like, oh, you guys left so many awesome comments, and it would be like, oh, take things easy, do the thing that's easy for you, take a break, do the easy thing. And I totally get where you guys are coming from, but it was so awesome to feel this little tiny protest inside of me that went, but I don't want to make everything easy, I just want to make it good. So that was really fun, because that told me that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing the right thing, that this is the right place for me to be. And I think I needed to feel that on the inside level, because you guys let me know that this is the right path and the right thing to do and to be by the fact you're here, by the fact you enjoy what we do. You guys let me know this is the right thing to do by the fact I get emails all of the time, and I get snail mail, I get comments telling me how much it meant to have that adventure available to you for that day. And you guys tell me this is the right place for me to be, and this is the right thing for me to be doing by the fact that somehow our adventures entertain you, somehow they provide you with an oasis of peace in a day that was really terrible, somehow they give you a voice that you feel is a friend, somehow they give you a sense of positivity and confidence and inspiration and passion that I feel so humbled and confused I can offer to anyone, but so grateful that I have the opportunity to offer to you. So you guys have always let me know this is the right place to be. And it just felt really good to realize that it is the right place for me to be after reading your comments last week and realizing, no, my community is not entirely made up of people who are going to have pitchforks and torches going, warriors, warriors, Wolf Quest, and like chasing me down. See, even the birds are scared of that. And like chasing me down, like, where's the video I want? Why isn't there more Horsehaven? And it's really fun to know it's not just that you guys really do care. And that's good, because I don't know what it means to be a YouTuber. I don't know what it means to have a successful YouTube channel. To me, a successful channel would mean that you guys are happy. To me, a successful channel would mean that I'm able to offer up some story that makes you feel like the loneliness of your day is blunted a little bit. It would make it so that maybe you could hear something that I say that makes you burst out laughing. Maybe you could be exposed to a new animal you've never heard about before, like the coconut crab, perhaps. And maybe you just learn, maybe you just enjoy, maybe you meet somebody in our warrior cats like comment threads that becomes your next best roleplay buddy. Maybe you decide to take on some new artistic challenge. Maybe you see me go on my vlogs to the farmer's market and decide to try that out and find a new favorite hobby. There's a lot of maybes, and I think that's why it's so hard to figure out what it means to be when you're a YouTuber, because when you create something, you have no idea what it's going to mean to the person who watches it. Some of my things upset people a lot, and I don't anticipate that, that's for sure. And some of my things make people decide to change their careers, and that's really, like, you can't anticipate those. You have no idea that people are going to take something, or you have no idea that this niche video is going to turn into something that will launch someone into a fascination for studying genetics. You have no idea that this Horsehaven like episode is going to end up becoming a 30-year-old woman's new favorite hobby. You've got no idea what it's going to do. So I think that's why it's so hard to understand what it means to be a YouTuber, because I just kind of sit in my office with my amazing plants, one of which I need to show you guys my new plant. Oh, that's going to be so exciting. You have no idea. I'm just sitting here and I just tell you stories, and I just want to make sure I do it right and I do it good. And when you don't know what the effect of your stories are going to be, it can be very difficult to figure out the path to get there. So for me, I'm over here trying to come up with these schedules, and I get overzealous because to me, success is being able to make sure you guys are happy. And so I'm going, oh, we've got all of these groups. I want to try to make everybody happy. Okay, let's keep going with all of the things they're waiting for. Well, this isn't everything, but that's about 6 things, 7, 8 things a day. Hopefully this will like make as many people happy as possible. And I wore myself out with that mentality. It was really well meant, and it was really meant from a loving place, but it definitely ran me into the ground. So yeah, that's my ramble. I told myself I wasn't going to ramble again, so I'm going to try to stop that silliness now and save it for the vlog channel. And I hope I explained a little bit more of the very convoluted thought process that I have going on right now into like, who am I? What does it mean to be a YouTuber? What does it mean to tell stories? How can I help people through what I do? These are questions that have no solid answer. And so it's something I just have to bumble through, experience, and find for myself. And you guys really, 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 really help out with that in the comments, and letting me know what it means, and letting me know what you look forward to, and letting me know what effect the videos have for you. And you don't have to do that, especially if you're shy, or if this is just your way of passing some time, or if you're kind of awkwardly going, well, yeah, no, I don't really think that deeply about any of this. You're just somebody to listen to while I'm stuck on the school bus in the morning. That's fine. That's what I mean. You have no idea what the videos you make are going to mean to people. But I just want to make sure that I can do my best to provide something that can help those of you who need it. And at the very least, can provide something to help pass the time for those of you just looking to do that. So there's that ramble. Like I said, I'll talk a lot more about these things and try to respond on a more personal level, like a almost one-on-one comment respond vlog sort of ramble video series on the vlog channel, because they're things worth talking about. Nobody talks about what it means to be a YouTuber and create content, and what it means to feel responsible for providing something that is an emotional gift to thousands of people a day. And maybe if more people talked about it, I wouldn't feel so confused and alone. So I'm really excited to do that over on the vlog channel. So that being said, yes, I have been doing less videos. The videos you've been seeing go out are still all over the place, because I'm beginning to realize that what our channel really is kind of a reflection of me, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's obvious to a lot of people, but it's a reflection of what I'm into, my mood, what's going on, and it's also just kind of random sometimes. And I don't mean to frustrate people by not having your favorite series be regular right now. I'm just sort of refilling my emotional and mental cup. It has been a very busy week. The pain from my wrist is almost gone, like I said, but it's definitely still lingering, so I'm still trying to rest it. So I've been doing series that don't require a lot of typing. Warrior Cats requires a lot of typing. And actually the WASD keys for Minecraft, interestingly enough, Minecraft, it's kind of intensive to move around. But then some other series like Spore, there's a whole bunch of series where like you wouldn't think it, but they're less physically active on your wrist. And that sounds really dumb, but it's true. So I've been recording some of those, and then just kind of filling my cup. Like I said, every now and then it's good just to take a fresh breath of air for me and to just kind of dabble at different things. So it was really fun to bring Spore back for a moment. And don't panic when I say it like that. I'm just sort of going with the flow right now. And that's really cool, because it allowed me to catch you guys a raccoon on camera today, which was really exciting. If I hadn't gone with the flow and gone downstairs to read a book for a few minutes, I wouldn't have looked up at the large squirrel that crawled on my deck and seen the raccoon and yelled for chips, and he grabbed my camera for me and started recording before I even got upstairs. So yeah, that was really fun. But I'm sort of just going with the flow at the moment. I do have a personal schedule I'm sort of gently teasing out behind the scenes. And I'm at one of those points where there's so many series I want to record and so many things I want to do. And we're coming up on the end of the month, so I want to break into the fantasy and farming series that I really want to do. And it's just trying to figure out where to go from here. So there's that ramble. 20 minutes of probably not making any sense. Sorry about that, you guys. I knew today would be kind of an awkward update vlog because it's responding to last week, and then I really am trying to figure out what it means to do what I do right now. And that's only something I can really figure out, no matter how much thinking I put towards it, by just going forward one day at a time and experiencing it. So doing that right now. But yeah, so I don't really have a schedule right now. And I'm just kind of going with the flow. I hope that's okay. But the thing is, talk to me in the comments, talk to me in the update vlogs. Today I actually had a moment this afternoon where I knew I wanted to record something, but I couldn't quite feel like I knew what to do, and I didn't want to commit to anything that was a little bit too complicated to dive into. And so I was scrolling comments, and I saw a comment that said, can you make a new horse haven because the Libra 2 just came out? And I went, you know what, I can. And I did it. So I really do take inspiration from your guys' comments and make it sometimes, but please be gentle when you ask. Don't go like, where is this? Where is this? It startles the birds, you guys. Don't startle the birds. So yeah, there's that. And I've been having a really fun time as a result too, because we were able to play niche more. That wasn't on the schedule, but I just kind of rolled with it. Popped in at Slime Rancher again. It's been, I think, a healthy thing to just kind of have that rotating variety. So one of my new ideas, because I do think the schedule to some extent is not only healthy for the community, but healthy for myself and healthy for being able to push myself in that awesome area that I talked about earlier, where you don't want it to be easy. That's not the goal. The goal is you want to be good at what you do. And the goal is you want to feel like you're challenged on a good level where you can grow and develop. So having warrior cats on schedule for at least a couple times a week is definitely a good thing in my opinion. But having all 6 of the 4, don't worry, I am trying to pull back on how many videos, and don't be confused. Sometimes there may seem to be a lot of videos, but those are really easy to make compared to ones that can be a little bit more complicated, like making warriors or zoo crafting or Sims. They're a little bit more complicated, whereas making Animal Jam or making really Animal Crossing or making Spore, those are very easy. So those ones, don't panic if you see a whole bunch of videos and be like, Seri, you're overworking yourself again. Most likely those were just what I was in the mood to do that day. and usually they'll be easy because it would be too much on me to do a whole bunch of like difficult series all at once. But that being said, I'm thinking moving forward a little bit of a balance between the two. Having a bit of a schedule, but not entirely too much of a schedule, or no schedule at all. Having a balance between all of that is really good. So I think what I'm going to do in the future is try to make it so that I have like our core series on a reliable schedule. And sorry, the sun has set, so the birds are getting increasingly noisy because they want to go to bed. So the goal for the future, core series, like, if not daily zoo crafting, then like 4 times a week at least, 5 times a week zoo crafting. And warrior cats, for sure. The things that I know are cores that make up what our channel is really about. Wolf Quest. The things that are like hardcore cores of what it means to be in the pixel biology community, those I want to make sure are reliable and easy to find. And you can feel pretty confident that they're going to come out on a pretty good schedule. And whatever that core thing is for you, it may be Star Stable, it may be Horse Haven. You need to talk to me in these videos, and that lets me know what is the core for our channel. I can't really go off of views because that's A, not something I really do. B, it's not a reliable way to try to determine what makes our community have the feeling that people want and need when they come into our channel. I'm looking for that because I want to take care of you guys on that level. I'm not looking at like what's the most popular and like putting those up as those cores. To me, the core things are what you need that you can't find anywhere else, that fill something on a creative level, an entertainment level, on an emotional level that you can't really find anywhere else. And so I want to know what your cores are, And that will help me determine what the cores will be. But yeah, I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll have like 2 or 3 core series that will have a set schedule from here on out, and then you'll be able to know that those are coming. And then all the other series may be kind of up in the air. If it's a special month, like this month was back to school, then you can know that you can expect more Animal Jam pretty often, or Pocket Academy. Then you know that those things are more likely to show up more often. Or next month, when we do fantasy and farming, we may have 1 or 2 cores for the month where we'll have a set schedule for those things, because say like, just to give a very random example, Sims Medieval or Farm for Your Life, which is something I think would be really fun to do next month. Those would have like a set schedule for the month because they're the core like stars, this core event stars for the month. But there may be other series like Fantasy Pets, or maybe the Unicorn Challenge in Sims 3 series. And again, these are just examples, but things that I plan on hopefully having, or Farmville. Those things may be like part of the special event videos for the month, but the days they go out may be pretty random because it'll kind of go with what I have time for, and it'll go with mood, which is something I'm doing more of lately, and it's actually really helping me to record things I'm kind of in the mood for. But I think there needs to be that balance. So that's my new idea. Instead of scheduling everything at the beginning of the month and just setting it out like that, I may have our cores that you can always find on our channel, our cores for the event, like the event month going on that month, and then the rest of it will just kind of scooch around depending on mood. And most likely, if I really feel comfortable with the series, it'll be on a predictable schedule. That's kind of something that you can notice if you pay attention to what we do. If I'm feeling comfortable with something like Animal Crossing, which I'm in love with, it's kind of my emotional replacement of Stardew Valley, which is going to update soon too, which is going to be really exciting. But then if I'm comfortable with the series for that season, then you can be sure that I'm going to have it on a regular schedule. So we'll just fill it out like that. So there's that ramble on scheduling, which ironically a lot of people find fascinating. That's you do you. But yeah, so there's that, and I feel really good about that. It feels like it's a good balance between challenging myself to make sure that I tackle the question of mythical dogs and dog quest, but also balance so I have some freedom to play Spore, to play Slime Rancher, to do more Taito Ecology, to maybe dabble in some Q&A update vlog, or the Q&A like Plant Tycoon vlogs, or maybe try Sims Free Time, for crying out loud. It makes me excited to think that we would have that flexibility, and that's a good thing, because you need to make sure you have a source of inspiration for sure. And my birds are really starting to get impatient, and I have been rambling way long, so let me make sure. I mean, speaking of things, the thing is, a really hardcore set schedule prevents us from being able to dive into new updates for things, like the way that, Dog Sled Saga has updated to 2.0, or the way that there are updates all the time in Horsehaven or Star Stable. And sometimes when a special update releases, like Niche, for instance, that wasn't on the schedule. So it's nice to know that I would have that flexibility at least. So that's boring. So let's move on to some non-boring things. I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. Oh, and then, yes, if you were following my Twitter earlier this week, there was a very interesting medical emergency in the family. You definitely want to check my Twitter if something's going on, because I had a lot of people going, Seri, what's happening today? Where are all the videos? And it's like, guys, I'm waiting to hear if somebody in my family is going to die. It's kind of a big deal. I don't really want to make like a video about that. So check my Twitter, because that happens a lot, especially after the summer. Those of you guys who have been through the bumpy summer that we had know that sometimes some bad things happen, and if you really want to know where everything is, because running a YouTube channel is kind of like showing up every single day to share yourself and the harvest of your adventures with people, then check my Twitter. And they are so impatient and ready to go to bed. This is the like rapid chirping they start doing when they're yelling at me to turn the light off. So I won't keep them any longer. I feel so embarrassed because I feel like this ramble didn't make any sense either, but I'm going to start saving and moving all of our future rambles over to the other vlog channel. I just really felt like after last week, you guys deserve to have some deep answers and some kind of behind the scenes into how I think about what I do and why I do what I do and what you guys mean to me. So that's why I rambled about those things this time. But I'm going to do another update vlog in a day or two where I'm going to talk about fantasy and farming, and I really hope you guys can start brainstorming some things you would like to see. I will come up with a list of things that I have been looking forward to this month to hopefully play. There's so many different things. There's little fun flash games, there's really serious games, there's new series that I am a little scared to start because I have a feeling if I began a unicorn challenge, I would not be allowed to stop till we complete it. And I'm a year into our 101 Dalmatians challenge, so who knows what would happen then. But there's a lot of fun things like that. I've heard tons of rumors that The Sims 4 is going to have some special new spooky-ish packs released with potentially vampires, I heard, but rumors are rumors, so that's really a rumor there. That's like no evidence rumor. So yeah, there's some fun things coming up for next month, and I do want to wrap up other things like Abzu, and I want to wrap up Life as a Cougar, at least for now, at least just get our one surviving cougar cub hopefully grown up, and I want to wrap up Unravel, you know, and I just want to rotate out of some series, rotate into some new series, and that's what I meant from earlier. But also from earlier, knowing what is your core and knowing what I can do to be the best me and give you guys what you can't find anywhere else and what you want and what you need. That's where the communication part of it comes in, and I think that's part of what makes our community so unique and amazing and interesting. But I know that the vast majority of you guys are just here for whatever shows up. So I wanted to reassure you guys I am doing my best to overthink it behind the scenes on how to make sure that I can make this a really wonderful place for you to be. A safe, wonderful, happy, inspiring, good place for you to be. So, that being said, I realize I still have neglected to introduce you guys to my pitcher plant. So, we'll wrap up today by saying this is my new pitcher plant. He is actually a purchase for myself to celebrate a big milestone. It's really boring. I paid off some bills. But I celebrated that big milestone by getting a pitcher plant. So I'm pretty excited. He does not live here, by the way. He doesn't really match with the living wall, for one thing, because he's huge. He actually lives over by my gecko tank, but I wanted to show him off because I've never had a pitcher plant before. This is my very first pitcher plant. I'm so excited. He's really cool, and he actually has liquid. There's actually like liquid inside of his little pitchers. I will have to do like I'll do a specimen spotlight. That's the other thing about doing a hardcore schedule. I haven't been hardcore schedule. I haven't been able to do birdseed diary updates or specimen spotlights, so expect kind of a half and half mix of the core things that you guys as a community speak up and say are the things that you really enjoy and that really fill that hunger that you have for something specific from here. And then I will make sure that those are up, and then we'll have the fun of variety. So you might see a lot more birdseed diary updates, more specimen spotlights. It's gonna be fun, you guys. It's always fun. And that's kind of the big thing about what we do. And that's the thing I'm realizing, is that being a good YouTube channel, probably for me, for my sense of who I am and what I do, has nothing to do with the perfect schedule or the perfect series, and everything to do with sharing the adventure of growing and discovering things as a person with you guys. It has everything to do with sharing my excitement and sharing the evolution of myself and my interests, all of the different seasons of life with you guys. So I think that's why we rotate between so many series, and that's why we do so many different things. I was actually, I'll put it in the video description. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. I was playing with a channel, or not a channel, I was playing with a website I found today that you can load a channel into, and it will give you random videos from that channel. And so I was trying it out, and so I'll put the link in the video description, but I was trying it out, and it will randomize all of the videos from a YouTube channel. And I've seen some of them before that claim to do that, but they would never go further back than maybe 200 videos in my archives. This one went all the way back to the point where I hit random and I saw my 100th video when I first introduced Ossii and Persimmon, and my voice and who I was and everything about my life at that time has changed so much. And so I think that's what makes YouTube channels so unique and what has me so addicted to watching people's update vlogs or vlogs about their life or updates about their channel even, because a YouTube channel isn't really ever about having the aspiration to have a perfect series and there, now it's done and it's set in gold in the archives and it's there forever and now we can put the cherry on top, the channel is done. For me, that's not what it's about. It's about watching the evolution of the interest, the excitement, the passion, the stories that the YouTuber creates and who the YouTuber is evolving and changing over time. And I think that's why I'm so addicted to YouTube channels that'll give me snippets of like both the adventures and the gameplay stories, but then also the actual person too. And it's really fun because kind of unintentionally I've offered you guys both of those things from the very beginning. And I was looking back at my 100th video. Oh my gosh. And I have changed so much. And it was really fun because it was like suddenly I gave myself permission to go, and you're going to change even more. And sometimes you're going to jump around series, and sometimes you're going to pick up projects and drop them, and sometimes you're going to zip over here and zip over there. But that's because there is no perfect formula, and there's no perfect goal, and there's no like... It's not like you're picking up a bunch of books and shelving them and then you can walk away and say you're done because your archive is nice and tidy with the completed series. It's just kind of being who you are and adventuring with that and going into unexpected places and being able to look back a year and another 1,000 videos from now and seeing the very clear evolution of who you were as a person and what your interests were in the places that you went, in the things that you did, in the things that you learned. And I'm really thankful that if for no other reason than my own sake, it's really wonderful to be able to go back and see that evolution of myself over the years. And knowing that maybe it helps some of you guys to go back and see like the very shy, not so confident Seri in my very early vlogs to who I am now, that feels really good, even if it's very embarrassing on some level. And yeah, so I realized that's kind of what, to me, a YouTube channel is about. So I apologize if I'm jumping around series all the time. I apologize if I'm always struggling with trying to find the balance and trying to figure out how to do this right. It's got no guidelines, and it's not really a clear answer. But I am going to do my best. And there's my obligatory deep, weird, emotional vlog thing again. I'm saving most of these for the vlog channel from now on. And next update vlog, probably in a day or two, we're going to talk about farming and fantasy. And if you guys want to kick it off by talking about things you're interested in for the farming and fantasy theme, keeping in mind, don't worry, I'm not going to overwork myself because we'll pick a couple of them to keep reliable and the rest will kind of be like when I can and when the mood strikes in a good way. And if you can't tell, I get really excited to tell lots of stories all the time, especially when you guys get excited about them. So you don't need to be worried that when the mood strikes is going to be like 2 episodes. That's not really clearly like the way I work. So the way my mind works is what I mean by that. So yeah, don't worry about that. Just we'll pick our cores and we'll have fun with the other ones. And I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, fantasy and farming, that's our goal. No jumpy, scary horror things. I don't do that. I just don't. And there's going to be lots of bloody, gory, horror, jumpy, scary things for Halloween and the whole month of October on every other channel, it seems. Which, when you're a really timid, scared, easily Seri who like Chips will walk in without making enough noise and then I scream and spill tea everywhere. When you're me, then it's like the month of hiding under your blankets and being like, is it almost Christmas yet? Can we have happy, fun, nice times again? So yeah, there's not going to be any of that on my channel because I'm a total wimp. But there's going to be a lot of fantasy-based things and a lot of just fun farming things because I'm going to cave and just fall in love with Farmville again. I feel it coming. You've been warned. Alright, so there's my ramble. It's just me being a goofball again. But I know a lot of you guys enjoyed that, so I hope that helped. I hope I've come up with some semi-decent ideas, but like I said, it's not really about being perfect. It's just about continually striving to be good on all sorts of different levels and watching as you evolve from day to day, month to month, week to week, and, well, week to week, month to month, there we go. And it's pretty awesome. So thank you guys for joining me on the adventure of figuring out who I am and sharing the things that I'm passionate and excited about, and teaching me about all sorts of new things to appreciate about myself and about the adventures we go on and about the things we can do. So I'll see you guys next time. Also, don't forget my pitcher plant. It's awesome.